The next stop in my journey to organize my entire apartment, the dreaded storage closet. I avoid opening it. I try not to go in for fear it will collapse on me. Yeah, it's pretty bad, and it's pretty much useless at this point with how messy it is. I hate wasting this space, so I'd better get to organizing. This is that one spot in my apartment where I throw anything that doesn't have an official spot to go, or I don't know what to do with, or honestly, if I don't want to deal with it, it gets thrown in here. We all have that space. This is mine. But it's time to finally make it functional. First step was obviously to fully empty it out to see what I was dealing with. While I was doing this, I tried to somewhat sort through things as a preliminary filter of what I did and didn't want to keep. I had 2 big bags for both trash and donations. Taking everything out also let me see what I had to work with space-wise, so I could begin planning the layout. When I'm done, I want to be able to walk into the space and access things in the back. I also don't want a bunch of stuff just sitting in cardboard boxes, but sorted into organizing bins by different categories. As you can see, when I finished emptying it out, I have an incredible space to work with. A huge closet by city apartment standards, and I want to make sure I put it to good use. Just to be very transparent about how much of a disaster this project is, all of this stuff is now taking over pretty much my entire apartment. And I have an echoey chamber of a closet in here that will hopefully be very organized and hopefully fit not even all of this stuff, because those 2 boxes are pretty much all stuff I'm getting rid of. Either way, there's a lot I'm getting rid of, but a lot that still needs to go back in. Just to be very clear that this is a very messy and time-consuming process. You seriously never know what you will find while cleaning. I have found some skeletons in the closet, but I've also found $64 in a Fandango gift card and $100 in Chinese yen. Yuan, Aislinn. It's yuan. It's Japanese yen, Chinese yuan. I think this organizing is paying for itself. One of the largest categories of stuff in this closet are all my Christmas decorations. And what's one of the most difficult decorations to store neatly? Christmas lights. So I use this trick I learned from my parents. Just take a piece of cardboard and cut notches into it, hook the end into the notch, and then just wrap the strand around the cardboard. Then you can easily store multiple strands in a box without them all getting tangled. Finally, it's time to begin assembling the closet. As I mentioned before, I want to be able to walk into the closet to access everything, so I took these modular shelves that I used to have in my office and rebuilt them in the height and width I need and began building up the right side, which will be comprised of storage shelves and drawers. I'll be putting other containers on the left side, leaving a hallway in the middle for me to be able to walk through to the back. Next, I put the things I will be using the least often up on the top shelf. For me, this means all my Christmas decorations. I have a lot of Christmas decorations. Now it's time to fill the shelves. In the back, I'm putting my linens, so extra blankets I don't use as often, and on the top, my extra sets of sheets. I keep them folded in their pillowcases to keep them neat. In the big drawers, I put other seasonal decorations and home decor. For the rest of this side, I sorted out my remaining stuff by general category and then assigned either a drawer or a bin of appropriate size. These drawers ended up being accessories and costumes, craft supplies, and hardware. The main shelves, I have bins and containers to fit each cube. The last time I visited my parents, I raided their basement for empty and unused bins and containers, so I didn't have to buy a bunch of new ones. If you don't have this option, I would recommend going to Goodwill or other thrift stores so you don't need to buy new and expensive ones. Next, I added labels to all of the drawers and bins because while you may remember what category everything is now, you may not remember exactly what they are months later. This closet is fairly tall, so I also have a lot of wall space I can use for storage, so I hung my Christmas wreath on a command hook. Now it's time to build up the left side, so I put my large suitcase in the back and then a trunk where I stored my various gowns. Then I took this hanging organizer that I wasn't using in my clothes closet. I will rarely be opening the trunk, so this placement won't be an issue. I'm using the small compartments to store all my winter scarves. I just have 2 more bins that fit perfectly along the back wall. Now it's time to hang up all my jackets. I arranged them from heaviest on the right to lightest on the left. Again, keeping in mind wall space, I'm hanging this double basket by my scarves where I can store other winter accessories like hats and gloves. I then installed this sleek mop and broom hanger to keep them off the floor. Finally, I just have a few more items like this collapsible step stool, 2 regular stools, and my vacuum. And finally, the closet is finished. Wow, okay, I am so glad that this is finally done. This is, it is night and day compared to what it looked like before. I'm so glad that I had these modular shelves that I was able to like redesign height and structure of so that I could get them to work exactly how I needed to in the closet. Just organizes everything. And I even have an entire bin of just other empty bins for when I get more stuff that needs to be included. So this is the second space in my full apartment reset that I have finished, and it is the second time now that after finishing, I actually have more space than when I started, which is great. Also expected, because I then also have a giant pile of stuff that I am donating or selling or just getting rid of because it's stuff that I just don't need anymore and it was taking up space in here. So everything is now functional. The fact that I can actually walk into the space is crazy. Actually access all of the jackets, it's great. Storage is all organized. I have things in bins now instead of just the cardboard boxes. It's really, really very helpful. This is one of 2 parts of my 2022 reset. I'm resetting my space. This is me resetting my space and then also doing a mind reset. That's my 50-day challenge. So if you're watching my 50-day challenge videos, you will see next week that I actually talk about while doing this process, while everything was totally disorganized, I actually had a harder time sticking to the 50-day challenge because the space was such a mess. Even though, the space wasn't necessarily preventing me from doing all of those healthy daily habits, I felt mentally blocked from doing them because of the space. So organizing this and finishing this has also just continued to prove my theory on that your space absolutely influences your mindset, emotions, and even your actions. So having this all put together, I'm so happy. It makes me so happy. I'm so excited now to finish the rest of my apartment. I honestly wish I could just snap my fingers and it would all be done, but that's not how this works. Organizing your space takes a lot of effort and time. This took way more time than it looks in the video, but it's totally worth it. So if you are enjoying these organizing videos, if you would like more videos organizing my small city apartment, please hit that subscribe button and ding dong the notification bell so you know the next time I upload a video. Next week is going to be weeks 5 and 6 of the 50-day challenge. Then the week after that will be me organizing my living room and office spaces. So I'm very excited for that. You can also follow me on Instagram at Smilin Aislinn and TikTok, where I've been posting other little snippets of this organization journey. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next week. Remember to keep smiling. Bye.